Should you be worried about the holidays in terms of your health habits? And the answer is absolutely yes. Holidays, parties, celebrations, birthdays can account for half of our life. So if we're not taking into account our healthy habits during all of these periods, we can easily fall into really unhealthy habits that are hard to break down the line. That does not mean that you should never indulge and enjoy foods, alcohol, whatever it is that brings you joy around the holidays or during these celebrations when you're spending time with family and friends. You should let go of some of your healthy habits and indulge and enjoy life. However, I have some strategies for you to make sure that this doesn't become a long-term habit. So, for example, especially during this long holiday season, November to January, there are some things we can do, meaning we can follow a morning routine, like making sure you start your day with your protein breakfast, whether that's a protein shake or some other protein breakfast. Don't fall in the habit of having an indulging breakfast every single day for weeks and weeks. Make sure you're hitting your protein goals. I'm shooting for 100 grams of protein a day, and that should be probably pretty close to most of your goals as well, depending on where you're at. If you're making sure you're hitting your protein goals, you know you're more satiated, you know you're continuing to promote lean muscle mass, you know that you're going to indulge less in all of those carby, sugary foods that are going to be available to you everywhere you turn. Also, make sure you don't skip your exercise routines, including getting lots of steps. So if you're visiting family on the holiday where you might not have access to your gym or your weights at home, at least be making sure you're getting steps in. If you're getting steps in, you are doing pretty darn good. Also, don't let these indulgences bleed into the next day. Just because you let go for a day or a meal doesn't mean we have to adhere to this all or nothing mentality where we're either strictly following healthy habits or we're completely off the wagon. You can have an indulging meal and then the next morning get right back onto your healthy routines and not have that have such a big impact. Also, don't starve yourself to save room for calories. If you know you're going to eat a big dinner at Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, whatever that might be, that is fine. Don't starve yourself to save room for those calories. It will backfire. Not only are you much more likely to overeat and make poor choices for the rest of that day because your body's going to be particularly hungry. So you're going to crave more sugar, so you're going to indulge more sugar or alcohol, and it's not going to be beneficial at all. It takes time to build fat, but that can easily be achieved if you let go of all these healthy habits for 4, 6, 8 months, or even more challenging, once you get into that routine for a couple of months, it can be increasingly hard to change it even in the spring. So set yourself up for success by deciding on some healthy habits that you're going to engage in during the holiday season to make sure that you are indulging but not letting go of all of your healthy habits so that you don't have all of those things backfire